welcome back. This is Natasha. So today I'm going to be using the Fawn kit that I had gotten a month or so ago. They teamed up with Chibitronics to make this card kit, and I just wanted to give you a couple ideas that I came up with. But this card kit is basically, they have everything laid out for you. I mean, they have all the pieces cut to make 2 cards. Sorry. One in a pink tone, and then the second one's kind of like in this bluish tone. But they have everything cut out, and you can go on their website, or they have like a little instruction that comes with the kit that you can go on, and you can see the ideas that they had put out to use with these products. So anyway, let's move on. I am using my alcohol markers to color in the little robots. I had stamped everything that comes in the stamp set, and I'm coloring the pieces out. So I already did a gray colored robot on the top part of my paper there, and now I'm working on the pink one, and I have the colors there, the caps B, P, 3 and 4, and I'm just doing very simple, super simple coloring, 2 colors, and just doing some easy blending. I'm just going to add some highlights and then go back in with my light color. Okay, so here's the pieces for the battery, and then this is your little diagram to do with the foil tape and the little LED lights. So I'm going to work on the pink colored ones first. I took a wonky border die cut, and I cut out that guava cardstock, and then I'm putting that in the center of my card base, and then using a smaller wonky die cut or border die, and I'm cutting out this speckled cardstock. So I'm basically gonna, so this is a learning process, and I decided to put this video up just in case, you know, anyone wants to know like what not to do or mistakes that were made. So I basically took the graph that shows you where to put the LED lights in the battery, and I kind of eyeballed it, put the little robots where where it looked like it would go, and then poked these little dots onto my speckled cardstock, and I'm going to use the little die, the little circle die that comes in the kit, and I'm going to cut out 2 little circles for the LED lights to go through. Okay, and then I'm going to move on to the part where I am putting on the foil tape, or not foil, copper tape. Okay, so it's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, you got a negative and a positive. Here is the little casing for the battery that you get in the kit. You get 2 batteries. So you're just going to, there's a positive and a negative. You're going to put some adhesive on the positive side. And there's that little piece that I had cut out. And that's, your positive goes with your positive. So just line them up so that you can see where your copper tape is going to go. And you just want to put adhesive and then glue that down to that blank square space right there on your, there you go, on the paper. Okay, so we're just going to open up the copper tape and then run. So I can already see it here, but I messed up obviously, and I put it wrong way because the negative wasn't matching up with the negative line. So I just took it off and then repositioned it. And so here I am doing the copper tape, and you're just pulling the backing off on it and then just wrapping it around. It's easy to tear. And then I'm just going to take my bone folder and really make sure that there's no creases and everything's really smooth. You want to smooth out everything. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the negative. So simple, pretty simple. And then once you get everything down pretty good, the tape down really good, then I put the LED light. So I peeled it off. It's got a sticky back, and then there's these little outlines that you just put the LED lights right onto the outline. Super simple. They made it really, really simple if you've never done it. And in this case, I've never done it before. This is the first time that I'm playing around with the Chibitronics. So there's the positive on the battery. You're going to match the positive with the positive, obviously. Close it up and it should work. Oh, if you did everything correctly, it will work. So I'm just checking it, and yeah, you'll see I have made a little bit of a mistake on that one. The light's kind of off. Like, yeah, the little hole for my robot is off. So I'm just gonna be adding some liquid adhesive and just kind of putting all my elements together. I cut this pattern piece, I cut them down just to make a ground for the little robots to stand on. Okay, and then I did color in that little button piece, and I'm gonna be heat embossing the push here sentiment on there. Okay, so I put all my little robots on, got everything all sparkly, shiny, and so I'm pressing it. It doesn't look too bad, but you can tell the little girl robot that the light is more to the left instead of right on it. So that's a little bit of a mistake, but you know what? It still looks cute. So I stamped out "You Charge Me Up," and I'm gonna go and take some worn lipstick distress oxides or oxide ink, and I'm just gonna be inking up the sides of the little sentiment strip just to give it a little bit more pop on it. And then just gonna adhere that down with some liquid adhesive. Okay, and then I did add some glossy accents to the heart and the little boy robot's bow tie. And there it is. And then I'm gonna go and take some white sequins and just add that in some random spots on right around the hearts and the robots. Okay, and that is basically it for the card number 1. Okay, so let's go on to the second card. Here I stamped out 2 robots again, and I'm with my alcohol markers going to color in the little robot. So I have the colors there up on the left hand side. For this little guy, I am using BG4 and BG2. Quick, simple coloring. There is this thing going on in the craft world, and I'm sure that you've already seen it or have seen it, but it's again the 30-day color challenge, and everybody's jumping on board with it. So I guess this goes to the 30-day color challenge, which I encourage you guys to try out, and I'm gonna definitely try to do a little more coloring. And it can be coloring in any way. It doesn't have to be alcohol markers. You could do, you know, watercolor, pencils, alcohol markers, any kind of coloring actually. They just want, you know, they're just encouraging everybody to just take a little bit of time to relax and color. Okay, so doing the same thing, I'm just doing 2 color blending and adding some shadow on the top left hand. So here I zoomed in a little bit more, and I am using the MB1 and EB1. And then I'm just gonna take my lightest color and start with that, and then I'm gonna come in with the darker shade and just do some shadowing on there as well. Okay. Yeah, so just doing some relaxing coloring here, and I do have a couple more projects coming up that I will be using some watercolors as well as my alcohol markers. So stay tuned. I'm gonna continue to pull things out. My life has been crazy, hectic, busy. I've been doing with so many family things that kind of got away from having this extra time to create. So I'm trying to give myself more time to do that. You know, I also work a full-time job, so it just, you know, we've been busy at my work and just constant things going on that just get away from me. So I'll be working more on this and trying to get myself straight with everything that I need to do in my life. Make sure I'm taking care of me and not just trying to please other people as well. So more coloring, here we come. And I hope you'll join me in that as well. Okay, so here we go with the little mechanism part of the process. And so I used my head this time, and I took the little sheet and I just poked holes through where the LED light is going to be, and that transferred to my pattern paper, and I cut the little holes out with a die cut. And I forgot to say that on the first card I did the same step too, but I didn't show it. But I took some vellum and I put it right behind the holes that I created, and I'm just going to put some vellum just because the LED light is really bright. This kind of like tones it down a little bit, and it's kind of what I saw on the Fawn website when I was researching it. Okay, so taking that blue cardstock, I adhered it to my card base, and then I'm kind of jumping all over the place, but I am going to be doing the foil tape, and I zoomed it in so you can see that there is the outline for the little Chibitronics light. Okay, and then battery in, and it works. Okay, so I didn't get to show this part on the first card as well, but I doubled up on my foam adhesive and just making like a little box to make sure that the battery doesn't slip all over the place, and then adding foam adhesive on the rest of the background. And then I'm just gonna be placing my cardstock on top, trying to line up, make sure that my lights are in the right place this time, which they are, and then placing my little robots in their places. Okay, so this card was another mistake. It's like I couldn't get away from it, I swear. But you know what, these cards are cute, and I'll just give it to somebody who, you know, like a close family member, friend or something. Okay, so here's the card finished. I put a little heart, puffy heart, and I just wrote you, so it says love you. And I got everything together, and I'm showing you this side because look at how messed up that is. Oh, I fixed it a little bit, but when you press, see, the battery was getting stuck. And so when you press it, it stays on. So I had to keep tapping it on my desk, and sometimes it'll just go off on its own. And so, oh my goodness. So it was, anyway, so I had to fix it, pull it apart, and try and get it to work. But it's really cute. I love it. The design came out really cute. And look at that. How does your card open from the top? Natasha, no idea. So I'm just gonna fix it easy, just cut down right there, and then just attach this piece to another card base. But yeah, I've been doing cards for 10 years, and you'd think that I would have double and triple checked that, you know, my card was going on the right way. All right, so here are a couple of still shots of the cards that I created today and some close-ups. So I hope that I inspired you. And, you know, sometimes we make mistakes, but it's all in the process. And just keep on keeping on. All right, I'll catch you on the next video. Mahalo for watching. Please subscribe, like, and visit me on Instagram. Mahalo.